Hey guys, welcome to my channel, lisasalvatore.com. For those of you that have been here before or have worked with me before, welcome back. For those that might have not worked with me before, I am an intuitive advisor. I specialize in tarot, astrology, and Reiki. I help people bring the unconscious to the conscious to create better results going forward. Also, we tap in when we do readings together, we tap into your energy field to see what's going on and where you might be currently experiencing some trouble or just where you may need a little tune-up. And oftentimes it's things you already know, but I'm just kind of bringing that up into your awareness. And yes, there are predictions included oftentimes with my readings. I've decided I've been wanting to do these tarot scopes, horoscopes for quite some time. I used to do them, then it got to be too much, but now I'm trying to come up with a solution so that I can do them in a way where it's not too much or too enthusiastic, where I'm going to do like weeklies because that would be too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a reading for each sign every new moon, and it will encompass the time of that new moon up until right before that next full moon. And I'm going to do a reading for each sign. So if you know your rising sign and your moon sign, I highly suggest that you listen to those as well, because a lot of people do tend to resonate either just the same as the sun sign or even more with either their rising or the moon. So if you don't know your rising and your moon, you can obtain that for free using a birth calculator online, or astro.com. You can do it as well, astro.com. Obviously, I intuit astrology charts and I do those kinds of readings, but if you don't want to get a full astrology chart done, then another way to do it is, online, where you can find your own placements just so you can listen to that sign. But yeah, you may want to listen to all three, your sun, your moon, and your rising. If not, just listen to your sun sign. I will also link below the time where each sign's reading begins. So that way, if you're a Scorpio, for example, you don't have to listen from Aries all the way through to Scorpio to get your reading. I'll just have it linked below so you can see like at minute 18, let's just say. That's when that reading will be. If you want to listen to all of them, great, go right ahead. And like everything I always say, take what I say with a grain of salt. It's a reading for the collective, so this is not going to resonate with everybody. It will likely resonate with a lot of people. That's why you're here listening. But take what I say with a grain of salt, take it with you, and if it works, and if it doesn't, just leave it be. And you will know, obviously, like with what I'm saying and how it hits you and how it might resonate with you, you will definitely feel it. And each sign's going to have obviously a different reading and a different flavor. And I'm going to use all different decks because I have tons of them. I have so many that it's obnoxious. And obviously I can't use them all each time. But I will show you the decks as well. Obviously, I'm going to show you the cards. So anyway, I'm just going to get started here. Happy new moon. I don't know if I said that, but today's the new moon, August 30th. And these readings will encompass the time from August 30th through September 13th. And then we'll have our full moon on September 15th. So September 13th is when this is up until, let's just say. We're going to start by, I'm going to light my new moon candle. And this candle is actually made from a woman out in, I believe she's in Seattle. She makes candles and they're really powerful and nice and really nice, really good smelling. And this one is, it's a new moon candle specifically. It's essential oils of basil and patchouli with an obsidian stone in the candle for grounding, which I love, and protection and healing and centering. And it's, if you're interested, it's Candles by Montserrat. You can see it really closely on the bottom. She makes really nice candles. Anyway, so we're going to light that candle, we're going to take a couple of deep breaths and center ourselves, and we are going to get started. All right, so let's get started with our Aries. We are going to do this one for Aries sun, moon, and or rising. I'm going to use a tarot deck first, and then I will clarify and give a little bit more with my oracle cards here. So I'll try to follow the same format for each sign, but I can't guarantee that I'll do that because as I get into the zone, I'll just go off the cuff and whatever I'm feeling. So for our Aries people, which tarot deck do I want to use? Let's see. I will use this one. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to tap into the collective energy of Aries. Let's see what we get. Okay. So Aries, what do we want to tell you? And again, this is for the time period of August 30th through September the 13th. Could be what's coming up, what's just passed, what to look out for. Let's see what we get. not the best shuffler. Not the worst, not the best. Okay, Aries, what do we want to tell you? All right, let's see what we got for you, Aries. All right. It's funny, the first card that came out is actually Aries card. The Emperor is ruled by Aries. And then the Empress is right next to it, which is natural partners. And we've got the Two of Cups, which is partnership. Six of Pentacles, which is balance. All right. So I would say for you, Aries, that your intuition is definitely expanding. Extremely tapped in lately. You might be even have, might have been having some like visions of late, or things happening that are coming true for you, like things in your dreams are now coming true. Relationships look really nice here. So either you're involved with someone and it's going really well, and this is going to be like the outcome, the Nine of Cups, or you're meeting if you're single, you're meeting your natural partner, right? The Emperor and the Empress are a natural pair. So this is somebody who's on your level. It's going to be on your level. It's what you've been searching for. But the message here is that you really do... Okay, what I'm getting with this is that a lot of the collective, the Aries that I'm reading for here, have walls up. They're a little closed off to letting love in. They want it. They are grounded and practical in their approach when they think about it. But then when it actually enters, or when it has entered in the past, they've shut it down because of their own insecurities, or thinking like, they might not even be conscious that they're doing it, but they're doing it because they have walls up. So it's really important that you know that there is someone that's either in your life currently that you're feeling really good about and things are going really well, or they're coming in soon. And so you want to trust that this is a good person for you and not go all solitary and ghost them because of your fear, because that's a strong energy I'm getting here. Is like there's a really strong connection for you, either in your life currently or coming in, and that you could have the potential to block it off because of your own insecurity. But, this is like an advice reading for you, Aries, like to really pay attention to your motives, your feelings, your the way you're showing up in the relationship. I mean, again, this could apply, I guess, to like a business deal or something of that nature, but I really feel like this is a relationship, a love relationship. So if you're currently in a relationship, there's the potential that this could be strengthening. There's definitely been like a little bit of an imbalance maybe, where like one person's giving too much and they're aware of it now, or vice versa. So it's either you or the partner, where you're feeling like there's been an energy deficit here of who's giving what. And you want to get that back into balance. This is really about trusting your intuition, your inner guidance, right? What you know to be the truth, to take you to this Nine of Cups. So if this is an existing relationship that's been feeling like a little stale or a little flat, or if you've been having arguments over money, and you've just kind of shut it down or ghosted because you just don't want to like talk about it. Talking is everything. And, this is a good person for you. So if this is someone you're currently with and you've been having issues with them, it's not surprising. Just to give you a little astrology for a second, Mars rules Aries, and Mars is sitting very close to this new moon right now, with Venus right there as well. And so, relationships are a focus. So a lot of these readings now that I'm talking about this might actually come up this way. But for you, Aries, Mars is your ruling planet. So keep that in mind too, that you don't want to fly off the handle unnecessarily with this person in your life. Okay. Now, if you're single and you're sitting here thinking, well, I've been waiting and I'm not meeting the man of my dreams, the woman of my dreams, yada, 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 you are likely going to be meeting somebody of extreme significance soon. And it feels like it does come in through through a mutual friend, okay? Could be a work friend, or, like a work function that you go to, and it's through a friend that you meet this person. But the next person has some serious potential. So you want to look at the ways in which you tend to do this in your relationships, not just romantic, but all relationships, right? Because you start off with the best intentions, and then somewhere along the lines, you kind of shut down. And I know this is speaking to some of you. The Hermit is all about, like, you know, the Hermit and the High Priestess are highly spiritual cards. This is about, like, tapping into your reserves, your intuitive reserves. And, you know, you've been alone for a little while and you don't want to be, but you got to really get clear on what you've been doing that hasn't been working. And that's not always an easy thing to do, but obviously self-reflection is a huge gift. And so this is a really good time for you to be doing that for, you know, September, you know, all of September basically. And it's Virgo energy, so anything you want to implement for yourself, like any changes that you want to make, you will be able to do so with ease, with more ease than average. But yeah, like, look at this. This is great. You've got some really nice relationship stuff coming up, Aries. Looks really positive. So just stay on the course, and, you know, when you do meet that person of significance, or if they're in your life already, or if you're currently in a relationship that's been feeling a little, you know, shaky, just know that you are a good match. This is nice. This isn't like, you know, doom and gloom. It just feels like it could be a little bit imbalanced, but it isn't. It's more about, you want to look at the ways in which you might be shutting down too. It's not always about the other person, right? It's about you as well. And if you're an Aries that's listening to this and you're like, wow, well, my partner is, you know, a Sagittarius and he or she is the one doing this, that's fine. But then apply it that way, but just apply it however you need to, but just note that overall message is going to remain the same. Okay, so what is the outcome here? Okay, because of the fact that this is like a romance reading here for you guys, Aries, I'm going to use my romance angel cards. This feels like a very relationship orientated read for you. I was not expecting that. I don't know why. I just kind of thought this was going to be like more of a business type of a reading for you, Aries, but okay. Let's see. 3 cards for Aries. Okay. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Wow, okay. So this is what I take from that. Like I said, with the self-reflective piece, for those of you that are currently involved or want to be soon, or, you know, might have just ended something, I feel like the message here is really to go back in to your past and look at your patterns in relationships and try to figure out, like, have I been codependent on people? Have they been codependent on me? You know, am I an enabler? Like, really look at your behavior in relationships and look at patterns that might be repeating themselves, right? Because there's definitely something there for you, and it's only going to help. The Six of Pentacles kind of speaks of the same thing. It's only going to help you in this relationship of your dreams, which this seems to be. They could be of a different background, right? They could be of a different religious background. They may have different views or beliefs, but don't let that stop you. Like, in other words, in the past, this could be an excuse for you where you could say, oh, well, I'm Catholic and he or she is not, or I'm Protestant, or whatever, or I believe in this and they don't believe in that, and no, it'll never work. But it's almost like you're cutting you're cutting them off the gate because of your own fear. You're like, well, if I let this person in, they could hurt me. That's really what the root of it is, Aries, to be honest. But you need to figure that out for yourself and why. And you may want to do that now before this person comes in, or to help the relationship get elevated, because look at again, this is a potential to be a really beautiful thing. There's always free will, right? But this feels really good. This looks really nice. So yeah, don't run away. Try to go into this with an open heart and an open mind. And I think that you'll be very, very pleased. And for those of you that are in a relationship that have maybe been feeling, like I said, like they're, you know, oh my goodness, this just isn't feeling good lately and I don't know what's going on. Communication. If you know beyond a shadow of doubt that this is a person that you want to continue on with, then, you know, you want to do the work to keep that going, right? And there's nothing here that feels like break up. It feels more like just, you know, this feels really positive. So, all right, Aries, that was yours. I hope that made some sense for you guys, for those that are listening. And we are going to move on to our Taurus friends. All right, so Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. Which deck do I want to use for you guys? Let's see, I'm going to use my Wild Unknown tarot deck. All right, Taurus peeps, what do we want to tell you? What have we got for you? Taurus. What have we got for you, Taurus? I'm feeling right off the bat like there's some anger directed at some Taurus people. Like there's a family member or a friend that, I don't know, you might have inadvertently offended. What else is new, right? But and when I say what else is new, I meant for everybody, not just for Taurus, because it feels like a lot of times, we do offend people without realizing it. But yeah, it just feels like there's someone harboring some resentment towards you, Taurus. Okay, hold on a second. It's just what I'm feeling. Let me see. Let's see what the cards want to tell us. All right. Okay. Wow. Yeah. All right. So Taurus. Lots of feminine energy here. This is the card of Taurus, the Queen of Pentacles. We've also got the Empress, which is ruled by Venus, which rules over Taurus. We've got the Queen of Cups, which is a very sensitive woman or male. It doesn't mean just because these are feminine cards, it doesn't mean that these are women only, by the way. This is definitely for both. There's communication here, right? Quick, fast communication with more to come, it feels like. Yeah. All right. So this is like, I feel like there might have been an event, right? A party, something that has come up, and you might have made a comment to someone, to a woman that did not sit with her well, and she's pissed. She's definitely not happy with you, Taurus. Some of you may already know of this. This might be coming up. But it feels like you were just kind of doing your thing and not, trying to be kind, and you were trying to, maybe you gave some unsolicited advice that they didn't want to hear. But whatever it was, they are harboring it as a resentment towards you, and they haven't said anything yet. But there's some animosity. They're in their head. They're pissed. Sorry, that's a curse, but it feels like there's some anger here. But it's going to be fine. The end result is a Ten of Pentacles, so that's like a stable resolution. It kind of feels like it could even be just family, because this is like a family card. It may not, it feels like a family. I'm getting like a mom energy, a mother energy, a maternal energy. So this could be someone who you're like, it could be someone you're a mother to or like a mother to. It could be your own mother or a woman that's a little bit older than you or like a mother. I don't know. But there's something here. And then the Empress also is just rules over mother. So that could be that as well. But it feels like there's definitely a female energy influence here that's upset with you, Taurus, for some reason. And they're really in their head and like wanting to lash out. There was probably already a communication, but there will be another one, and it will get resolved. It feels like it will get resolved. Let me do one more card here. Yeah, they're not saying anything yet. They're harboring it. The reason why this is coming through is, I have to say, it's about like thinking before you speak, because we have the Chariot here. So that's like, and if I had to give you a time, honestly, if I had to say like there's a timeline on this, I feel like this is something that happened like a month or two ago. It might have been in July, to be honest. So this isn't like very, very recent. This happened already. This person's been harboring this resentment towards you, and it's coming out. They're upset. So you're either going to see them in the near future, like within the next 2 weeks at a party, or you're just going to hear from them. But there is a communication coming. They've been holding it in. So you will know what this is, and like I said, it's going to be fine. But yeah, they're definitely upset with you. And yeah, I'm sorry if this isn't more like lovey-dovey, wonderful reading here for you, Taurus. But this, hey, I'm a Taurus too, so this goes for me as well. But it does feel like, it will be resolved. So let's look at, let's use our journey, the Soul's Journey cards, and see if we can get more information about this. Because all I know is that someone's upset here. And it could be you. You, as the Taurus listening, this could be you that's harboring something and ready to talk to the other person. So it could also go the opposite way. But again, I feel like a maternal energy, an older energy, a woman older than yourself that's listening. Okay. Or you are older than the person. All right. Whoops, these want to come out. Huh. So funny. Okay. Regret. I know I cannot change the past. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. And discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Wow. Okay. So Taurus, this is how I see this. I'm kind of gonna, even though they came out this way, I feel like this is a little backwards to the way I'm getting it. It feels like, you know, Taurus people are strong-minded, and they are blunt in a lot of ways, and they can say things like they can say things that because they feel like it's the right way, but the other person could be very sensitive to what they're saying, and they're like, whoa, I can't believe that you just said that to me. When meanwhile, you just want to be honest, but you're not realizing the other person's sensitivity level, right? So even though you may feel like I needed to say that because they needed to hear it, they don't necessarily feel that they needed to hear that. Maybe they weren't ready to hear it. And so, yeah, there's an element of when you do hear from this person or you do talk to this person or run into them, when they tell you the way that they're feeling, you will feel bad about it, of course. But, you know, you will regret it. But no, you can't change it. So really all you can do is apologize. Just kind of like, you know, be honest. I felt like maybe you needed to hear that in the moment, or I said that because of this, or this is how I was feeling. And it'll be fine, you know, you will resolve it. But again, just this is coming up. It might have already happened for you, let's just say, and you're the one that's going to go and say something. But yeah, there's that energy here of like, and again, Taurus, hold back a little bit. You don't need to go further with the conversation or interject your opinion. Again, just leave it be. Just apologize if the person is offended, and just move forward, okay? And you'll be fine. That is your reading for this new moon. Okay, let's move on to our Gemini friends. Gemini. Again, Gemini sun, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. People in your life that you might be listening to this for that are Gemini. Let's do a little reading for our Gemini friends. I'm going to use my Bluebird Lenormands for this. Let's see what we get for our Gemini friends. Take these out as well because I feel like I should. Wow. Okay. All right, Gemini. Yeah, this is some love stuff here that we've got going. Actually, yeah, this is some important relationship in your life that, yeah, there's a need to maybe cut some things out here. Feels like there's been some emotional turbulence within this relationship. Again, you know, it feels romantic, but it might not be, you know, for you. It could be, I don't feel marriage here, to be honest. This feels more like a live-in partner, a business partner, somebody you see on a daily basis. So it's almost like you do live together, but maybe it's just that you work together, but it's a close relationship. It feels like there are it's like there's going to be a goodbye. That's what I feel. There's been some deception here, to be honest, whether on your part or theirs. Could just be the deception of like thinking somebody's one way and then they do something and like, you know, you just realize that they're not that way. And the thing with Gemini is such an awesome sign because they're very communicative and they're fun-loving and, you know, it's a dual sign. It's about duality. So they tend to be in different situations a lot. But that doesn't mean like, you know, in a bad way necessarily, like affairs and stuff like that. It certainly could, but I mean, anybody can do that. Any sign can do that. But this is more about like, maybe like talking out of both sides of your face, or, you know, because Geminis are mutable, so they change a lot. So like one day they feel one way and they act one way, and then the next day they can totally like shift. And for a more serious person, they could get really offended by that, right? So this feels like there's a sense of seeing someone, I should say, for who they really are versus who you might have hoped or thought that they were. And this goes on both sides. This could either be the Gemini person that has someone in their life that this is about, or vice versa, okay? So, yeah, it felt like a warm, sunny relationship for a while because we've got the sun in the middle. And it does feel like there was some emotional turbulence here and there, some misunderstandings in the way that you communicate. Communication's everything for Gemini. They're ruled by Mercury. They love to communicate. Yeah, and it just feels like the stability of this relationship is just not what it once was or what it once started out as. And now it's a sense of like having to close the door, sadly, because, you know, the coffin is here, which is an ending. So ending it, I would honestly say this probably is not a relationship that has been very loving. I'm going to be honest, because I don't get that vibe. It might have felt good in some way, like it might have suited egos, let's just say, for the time being, but it doesn't feel happy. It doesn't. So it's almost like a blessing in disguise that this relationship could be, you know, ending here. And you've got the lady and you've got the gentleman, and then you've got the news here, like news coming in. You've got the stars, so it's like seeing things, you know, healing is attached to it as well once you move beyond it. But the coffin's there. So to me, that's like saying, you know, it's done. It may not be formally done as of yet, but it's getting there. So in this time period, Gemini, for those of you that are listening, it's time. So in this, and now that it's the new moon as well in Virgo, it's like this is a serious time for our futures and what we want. And Venus and Mars are so close to the sun and the moon, which are the relationship planets. So again, not surprising, like I said in the beginning, I did feel like a lot of these are going to be geared towards relationships. Sadly, yours is not like, well, I shouldn't say sadly, because again, this is not like, oh my gosh, devastating. It doesn't feel devastating. It feels like you kind of know that this is what needs to be done, and you're like waiting for that push. What's that quote? If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Yeah, this is it. It's time to move forward. You already almost did it, and then you didn't. Because maybe a part of you likes the chaos, to be honest, enjoys it, which is fine. But you're done. You're kind of done, or they're done, and you're both done. And I'm getting a lot of travel here with this sign as well. So a lot of you might be traveling like overseas. And that could be like, you know, what precipitates the ending. But there does feel like there's some travel here that's surrounding this connection. Either you travel a lot or they travel a lot, and it's not really helping the relationship in any capacity. So yeah, I mean, you know what needs to be done, Gemini, and the time is ripe for the picking to do it. Let's get some goddess cards here. Goddess guidance oracle cards, and let's see what we get. Like, what's your tie-in? What's the end result? Yeah, and the scythe is here too, which is like really cutting something out, cutting something off. Again, this relationship doesn't have a really feel-good vibe to it. It feels more like, gosh, I hate to say this, but it feels more like, it's passing time. But that time is expired now. So, okay. All right, so you know what you need to do. And also what I'm getting, I'm sorry, I'm going to be honest, is that some of you listening or for the other person on the opposite side of this, they're not hearing you or you're not hearing them. Like they're saying or acting a certain way, you're just not seeing through the smog. So it's like, you know, the writing's been on the wall perhaps, or you've been the one and they're not getting it. But yeah, it's clear. Geminis are communicators, right? So use your gift of gab and communicate this properly. You know, but it's over. Okay. Let's go. All right. So, focused intention, and the goddess is Diana. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. Quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. And then you have Butterfly Maiden, which is transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So yeah, to be honest, like what I see with this is that your energy should be really focused on other things, Gemini, like than this relationship. And you know that. You've got other things going on. Again, I feel like a lot of you travel, so this could be work related. You have a lot going on that you could be more focused on, and you're like passing time with this relationship and you know it needs to end, but you just don't want to do it or whatever. And yeah, once you do it, it's like going within, taking some quiet time to release any attachment to the situation, cleansing yourself before you jump into another relationship, and really like transforming like who you are, what you want, getting clear about all of that, and it'll be great. Yeah, this change it's meant to happen. It is a blessing in disguise, like I said earlier. So just go with it, okay, Gemini? I hope that helped you. Put these back in. Let's move on to Cancer. Which deck do I want to use for Cancer? Cancer. This is a nice big deck. It's kind of hard to shuffle, but all right, Cancer. Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. What is going on for you? What do we want to talk about? Pops up. Again, this is for August 30th through September 13th. From the new moon until the full moon. Energy for your sign. What is happening? Okay. Oops. Shuffle. Okay. All right. So Cancer. Oh boy, you guys got clobbered the past couple of months with all of the water energy and the fact that Mercury retrograde was in your sign. It was a highly emotional time. I'm sure you're still recuperating from that, recalibrating. I definitely feel like a lot of you are guarded right now. You've got your guards up. You've either been, I do feel like you feel defeated in a lot of ways. Like people aren't really understanding you. Children are a big theme here that are coming up. So either a lot of you are trying to get pregnant, you are pregnant, you've got some stuff going on with your children, you're trying to keep things together, but you're feeling really defeated. You're feeling like you're not sleeping very well. You're trying to keep it all together and keep everything afloat, but yeah, you're not in like necessarily emotionally, mentally, I should say, in the best space. But it's really because you're not seeing things clearly. That's what I'm getting. Like you're focusing on the fact of something not working. When if you were to take that energy and funnel it into like what is working right now, especially when it comes to your home life, to the home, so it feels like the stability is important here, and children keep coming up. So it's like, you want to also take time to do things for yourself as an individual so that you're not just completely wrapped up in other people, because there's an energy here with the Cancer reading of someone who does for others before they do for themselves, and they're feeling burned out. And so that's why, and also I keep getting like there's like a lot of sleeping issues with this sign. So, it could be like dreams are disturbing, like things are coming up from your past that are working themselves out through your dreams, and it's causing you some anxiety. I would say to take extra care of what you're eating at night, because, it does affect your sleep, obviously, how late you eat and what you eat. So if that's not something that's happening, then obviously you've just got some stuff that is working itself out in your sleep. Cancer is also ruled by the moon, so you are very sensitive to the moon cycles, so you probably do feel a lot around the new and full moon. So right now especially, you're probably feeling a lot of energy, emotional energy, because I get like the sense of like it's not depression, but it's more of like this heaviness and feeling like you've gotten the short end of the stick somehow, and you're frustrated, like you need help. So if you're married, don't be afraid to ask your spouse for more help. They can't always read your mind. They may think you're doing it just fine because you're not saying anything, when in reality you're drowning and all you want is them to help you. So especially if it comes to children, speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up. They can only meet you as far as you're willing to, give, because if you're, again, everyone is so wrapped up in their own minds and their own, worlds and what's going on, that they're not always aware or recognizing their partner's needs, right? And it's not intentional, so you just might have to say it here. But it's not they're not doing anything intentionally to hurt you. A lot of this is your perception, because again, I feel like this lack of sleep. I'm going to say it again. I feel a lack of sleep with this sign. So you could also be edgy because of that. So try to work on your sleep too. If you're not getting good sleep, it's important that you figure out a way to have it be better. Because you'll just feel overall just, you know, more grounded, more centered. That's what's lacking right now. It feels you're very emotional. Yeah. All right, let me clarify that for you, Cancer. My angel oracle cards. I feel like you need a nice little angel message here, because I feel a heaviness with the energy of the Cancer collective right now. Just feeling like, again, it's not depression. It's more of just like frustration and defeat. I made up my own word. Defeat. Cancer people tend to be mommies, whether they're male or female. They like to take care of others. They like to nurture, sometimes to their detriment. So that feels like that could be what's happening right now, is that you've given a lot, and now you're like, okay, I need to take, but hey, where is everyone? Well, they don't know, because you've always been the giver, right? So asking for the help is a theme for you guys, male or female. Oops, jumpers. All right. Okay. So we've got the guardian angel of service. I offer the best of my talents and goodwill, making my place in the universe a better one. The angel of wisdom. Wisdom comes from the depths of my experience. And the archangel Gabriel. I am made whole by the message of love, brotherhood, and freedom. Yeah. That's nice uplifting messages here for you guys, for the Cancer people that are listening. I would say, what I always say is when someone's feeling down or stuck or lost, and this goes for myself too, is to get creative and to find something that you love to do or that you're really good at, a hobby, whatever it is, and to work on that when you're feeling down, because it's something that makes you feel better. And especially if it's of service to others, right? It can really help you. And knowing that this too shall pass, right? Because you've been in you've had these feelings before. Cancer's emotional, Cancer's moody, ruled by the moon, right? You've got really high highs and really low lows. Feels like right now this is kind of like a low low. But it will pick back up again. I do feel like by the end of Virgo season, as we go into Libra, you guys will be feeling a lot more clear-headed. You'll be sleeping better, hopefully. So yeah, just take good care of yourselves and don't be afraid to ask for help. That's like the overall energy here for you guys, Cancer, okay? Sending out a big hug to my Cancer peeps, because I'm definitely feeling like a sadness here. All right. Okay, Leo. Let's see. Where do we want to go for you? Which cards do we want to use for Leo? Okay. It's for Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising people. Or if you've got someone in your life that's Leo, whoops, and this is you listening in for them. Let's see what we got. As I'm shuffling, my throat chakra is kind of acting up, so I feel like there's a lot of Leo folks out there that maybe are not speaking up, or they're about to speak up, but they've been holding a lot in. There's a lot of repressed emotion here. It's getting ready to come out, or it should be getting ready to come out, I should say. You certainly don't have to, but it feels like it's there. All right. Candle went out again. Okay, Leo, what have we got here for you? I'll light my candle again before I start, because that's going to annoy me. Okay. All right, Leo. Yeah, you've kind of got a lot of conflicting cards here. So I would say that I look at this as like eyes being opened, okay, to something through, could be work related, could be your relationships, but messages coming through, communication, something maybe you weren't supposed to see that you did see. Or on the opposite side, it could be something that you did and someone else saw it and they weren't supposed to see it, and it's causing you some aggravation, right? But it will actually help to move you forward, because you've got the Six of Swords here and the Six of Wands, which is moving forward to victory and completion of a specific matter in your life. Finances are coming up here as well as being like a source of anxiety, but improvement there. So don't be too stressed about that, because it does feel like you've done some stuff to kind of keep them in order, and it's worked. So, you can breathe a little bit easier when it comes to the financial part, but it is here. Emotionally, though, it's like, I feel like there's a lot of avoidance happening, which is why I was feeling with the throat chakra, with the speaking up, because it's almost like there's stuff here, you're feeling a lot, but you're turning your back to it. You don't want to deal with it. But because of that, you've got the devil here, which is like, it's repeated patterns and things that keep you stuck. And then next to it's your Ace of Wands, which is like your fire, it's creation. So it's actually blocking you. Whatever it is that you're holding in, repressing, is blocking you from abundance, right? And it's also giving you anxiety, because you see, again, like Cancer, you're having sleepless nights, you're ruminating about it, you're thinking about it, especially at night. This sign too could also be experiencing some sleeping trouble. A lot of energy in the body, it feels like, because again, repressed emotions, right? They do that to us. So yeah, I would say that it's time to get real, and it's time to cut the sword of truth, right? Slice through the nonsense in whichever way you need to, even if it's just on the personal level, like to get real with yourself about something, because the devil's here. So it's like repressed, repeated patterns and habits that are blocking you. But it's interesting, because it does feel like you're aware of that, and your eyes are open, because I keep seeing that your eyes are open. So you're going to work through it. You're going to come to victory with this situation or situations, because it feels like it's more than one, to be honest. This feels like relationships and finances, but you're moving forward. You really are. And the challenge for you is to break the chains of the past, like break with whatever it is that's holding you back. Let me drink of water, sorry. Yeah, the throat, again, because my throat's dry, so yeah, there's things that are not being spoken about, which, to be honest, I don't know that you'll do it, because it feels a little like it's not coming through as a really strong, okay, I'm going to speak. But that's okay, because it is about you breaking the pattern for yourself. So even if you keep it in, but you're working on it, that's okay. But yeah, it is like you're moving towards resolution of something, like slicing through the nonsense, I would say. Getting clarity, and then there's movement forward. So yeah, so something that's been plaguing you for a little bit, and with the devil here, it's probably been a lot of it. It's probably been a while. There will be resolution to it, but not without your work. Like you have to, you really have to do the work. But again, your eyes are open, so that's all I'll say. All right, let's clarify with. I'm going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun for this one. Wow, so the only sign so far that's had a really uplifting reading has been Aries. Sorry guys, I'm just realizing that. I mean, not that these are negative, but it's just like, oh, we're human, right? Emotions. All right. Let's go to Leo, see what we've got for you. I normally don't read out of the books, but sometimes with some of these oracle cards, I like to, because the messages are more. So let me see if I feel like I'm going to need to do that. But the first card is number 12, Submission. And the second card is number 2, Romance. And then the third card is number 6, Order. So 2s are partnerships, 6 is balance, right? So yeah, so partnerships could have been, or could be out of balance, and This could simply mean you're just, it's kind of like the Aries message, putting things back into balance by working on your own stuff, which, you know, can have a very positive result for you, or, you know, or not, or either way, it could be positive. But submitting to the truth of the matter, whatever that is for you, that's important. But yeah, it's like you've really been working hard to do that. So yes, this is good. So you're bringing things back into balance, Leo. So yeah, this is positive too. It's just like, you know, not without your fair share of aggravation, right? But yeah, this is good. All right. Okay. I'm going to move on to Virgo. This is your moon, Virgo friends. Virgo new moon, Virgo full moon. Let's look at what the time period in between brings in for you. Virgo. Try not to blow out my candle again. All right, Virgo. What have we got for you, Virgo? Collective Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising. What do we want to say? Wow. All right. So this is like a mixed bag here, Virgo. So, again, what I say here, take it with a grain of salt if it doesn't resonate with you, but I feel like there's been some third-party situations for some of you in which you were on the receiving end of that, or you were maybe involved in a third-party situation, and you're walking away from it, you're leaving it behind, or the other person is walking away and leaving it behind, and it's going to feel difficult for you to do so because this is an impactful relationship for you, but at the same time it's necessary for your evolution and your happiness, and because you're doing this, you're going to feel much more emotionally centered, and you're going to have that new beginning, the 10 of Cups that you've wanted. So this could be like you met someone and you thought that this was going to be the person that was going to do the right thing by you, and then you found out like they were still kind of in a situation with somebody else, or you might be the person who did that met someone and thought like, oh, I could really make something of this, but you're still attached to someone else. So there's a third-party situation that I'm picking up on, which is not allowing the other relationship to flourish, and you're going to have to leave something behind here, and you're doing that, and it's going to contribute to your overall happiness. I'm not going to say that this is like a full-blown like a fair situation, because I really don't feel that. It feels like it's on the emotional level of where you're just like involved maybe, or interested, or, you know, it's like you don't really know what to do, but it is going to come to a head under this energy, which you could be the one instigating that as well, by the way. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily outside of your control. It feels like you might even be instigating the you know, the severing of the third party situation. So yeah, I mean, there's healing involved right in the middle of it. You've been healing yourself. You've been recognizing ways in which you've gotten shortchanged emotionally. With the Leo reading, I was feeling a lot in my throat because they weren't speaking up. And with you, I'm feeling a lot in the throat because you weren't, but now you are. So this is like, you're really speaking up. Like, this is not going to be held in for very long, because this is your season, this is your time, right? And you know, collectively you feel that on some level, like now's the time to speak up, and you will be doing that. So just trust that you're doing the right thing for yourself, Virgo, and that, you know, you need to go one way or the other. You don't want to be in a third party situation. No good is going to come of it for anybody involved, and you know that. Virgo's very smart. Virgo's very intelligent, analytical, and they know. So pick your way, pick your path, and go towards it without regret. Okay? You're a strong person, you're doing the right thing for yourself, but again, no third-party situations, not a good idea. You know, I'm not preaching that. This is just what's coming through your reading. Like, it's, and you know it, so, okay. I'm using my Moon Oracle deck here to see what else we got for you, Virgo. Sometimes these make me laugh, how literal and funny they are. Okay. The waning air moon and its reputation. That's the theming of that. Balsamic moon, negotiation. And then you've got the goddess Isis, right? So yeah, so wow, okay, reputation, right? Third party situation here, okay? Third party situation, you don't want to do it, it will ruin your reputation. Maybe some of you met someone through work and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Well, you know, don't do anything silly because it will ruin your reputation, right? You don't want to do that. You've worked hard for that. And you're a good person, so you don't want to get any kind of... I feel like negotiation could be just saying, you know, you will talk to to this person and kind of end things in a very nice manner. You may agree to be friends. You may agree to keep your associations private. But it's a sense of like pride attached to this too. So nothing negative is going to come out of this if you do this the right way. I'm going to stress that because I do feel like there's, from what I see with these cards, it's like a potential third party situation that you're not going to engage in. You're going to cut it off so it doesn't even, you know, go that far or continue any further. It's an emotional situation, but you're recognizing what you need to do. You know, it may not even be what your heart, you know, sometimes, you know, with the heart and the head, you gotta choose, you know, I guess maybe the more practical, I don't know. This just feels like you're going to make the right decision for yourself regardless of which way you go, and it's going to guard your reputation. And it will be the right thing for you, but you will always hold that other person, that third party, in high regard, and that's okay. But, you know, just be truthful. You're going to be, I see that. And there's nothing here, which I really like to see, is there's nothing explosive here. This is more like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm, you know, Virgo, so methodical and logical. That's how you're handling this, and it's great. So you will be okay, Virgo. All right. And in the end, you will do the right thing. And it's not gonna, and it isn't gonna not hurt you. And that's the thing, is Virgo can typically detach, but I do feel with this, you'll feel a little like tug on your heartstrings. Okay. Libra. Libra. Let's use the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck for you Libras. Let's see what's going on with our Libras for the new moon to the full moons, August 30th through September 13th. What's around you? What's coming up? What do you need to be aware of? Let's see what we get. I'm not sure who this is for, but I'm feeling like some Libras have some teeth issues going on. So if you do have some teeth stuff, get it looked at before it becomes an issue, a bigger issue. It doesn't feel too serious right now, but you may need a root canal or something like that. So for any Libras listening here that are feeling something with their teeth, like it's the beginning of it and it's brewing, go and get it taken care of. Even if you hate the dentist, right? Who likes the dentist, right? But just take care of it. All right, Libra friends, what's going on for you? Okay. Let's go with this one. I always tend to take the middle. It's funny, my clients typically do as well. Okay. I see. All right, Libra. Your card came out, of course, Justice. That's the Libra card, right? The scales of justice, balance, diplomacy, that's Libra. You're used to always feeling in control in some way. You like to do the right thing to keep the peace. And recently you've been in a situation where you know something about someone else that's really giving you anxiety because you're afraid that the other shoe is going to drop. This feels like it has to do with money, to be honest. I don't feel like this is relationship. I feel like this is money. Like somebody owes someone money or borrowed someone money from someone or did something. But it feels like you are in the middle somehow. Like it could be between siblings. It could be between coworkers. You know, I don't know. But it just is like you're in the middle. You're feeling the effects of this. You don't know what to do. You don't like the fact that you know the information. You, I think, saw it by accident. Someone else, one of the other signs, maybe that was Leo, that maybe saw something. But that's like you too. You saw something like on, you know, online, email, social media, something you were not supposed to see. Now you're privy to this information. It doesn't have to do with you, but you're in the middle because you know something. So I'm going to advise you to keep your mouth shut. It doesn't feel like anything good will come of it if you actually get involved. So this is one of those instances where I say, you know, close your eyes, you know, you don't know. If you're confronted about it, you can certainly be honest, but I don't feel you're going to be confronted about it. So I would just say, like, kind of like let this ride out, give it about another month or so, and it'll blow over. I know you're torn right now between, you know, your head and your heart and what to do, but I would say just kind of keep a low profile about it. If this has not happened yet, it could be coming up. So just, you know, again, just don't engage in it. That's the advice here for you. It's saying to just like let go, let God, give it up to the universe. You know, not something you were supposed to see anyway or know about. So it's fine. So it's actually better off that you don't even act as if you know. And I would also suggest you don't tell anyone, because you know how that works. If you don't want somebody to know something, right, you don't tell anyone, because that's the only way to keep that from escaping out to anyone else. So that's a lesson for you here. To keeping the peace is actually smart at the moment, at this time. All right, I'm going to clarify that for you with my soul's journey cards, because there's a lesson in here for you, Libra. I feel like this could be something that's come up for you time and time again. Like you feel like you're always in the middle, and you kind of, and I don't say this in a mean way, but you kind of cry about it, like, oh my gosh, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I always know things that I don't want to know? I feel like an attorney or whatever. You feel like you're in the middle, but perhaps maybe you're interjecting yourself there. Just think about that for a minute. Like maybe there's something that you're doing. So that's why I wanted to use these soul journey cards to see if something comes up here. But yeah, this is one of those instances where just better off not saying a word. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in the physical reality. So yeah, so taking a sense of humor to this, to these kind of situations in your life, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe, you know, I don't know why. I don't know why this is in my awareness right now. Why did I find out about this? What the heck is going on? But accepting that you did, and that you're not going to say anything about it, and that you're just going to choose to take the attitude of growth for yourself and humor, and you'll be fine. So yeah, so advice, don't say anything. And again, I'm sorry if this sounds like, you know, maybe not clear right now, but again, this could have just not happened yet, and but this is what I'm doing, so. Okay, let me take some water because I'm getting thirsty. All right, Scorpios, it's your turn. Which cards do I want to use for you guys? Let's use the Wild Unknown Tarot deck for you. Scorpios. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. What do we want to tell you? What do you need to know? Scorpio. Let's go here. I feel like a lot of third-party situations coming up here, choices to be made. Not surprising, because Venus and Mars are very prominent right now, and those are relationship planets. Oof. All right, Scorpio. Unlike the third-party situation I saw with Virgo, theirs seemed to have a happy ending. I'm going to be honest. Yours seems to be ending here in some disappointment, or at least it's on that track. But your actions, of course, can change that by making different choices. Okay? The Lovers is all about choices. So, and you know, again, this could even be, I'm not going to sit there and just say it's romantic. This could be friendship, too. This could be like having to choose between keeping a friendship or letting it go because it's not serving your growth any longer. Could be that. Again, this is like, you know, I'm going to just be honest. So like, to me, you know, Scorpios are investigators, right? All you Scorpios watching, listening, you're investigators, right? You're like the FBI. I laugh about that. I love it. I love, a lot of my really good friends are Scorpios. I love Scorpio energy. But you guys are very good at getting information behind the scenes, right? And so this time for you is no different. It's like you've been looking at something closely behind the scenes and you've been seeing things that are not visible, right? Like are not being told to you, but you're finding them out. And you're using that information to make a decision for yourself that will put you on the path to true happiness. But I feel like you have to make a big choice in regards to how you do that. And there could be disappointment attached to it. So like you would have to leave something behind that you may not want to, but you have to because of what you're finding out is not matching up with what you're being told. So yeah, you have to use your judgment and you might have to give it up. You don't have to, but this is, you know, what the energy is. This is saying like, you know, this is being presented to you. You've been doing some research behind the scenes. It feels like you've already been doing it quietly. And you're not liking what you see necessarily. And so now it's time to, okay. Another thing, Scorpio, is sometimes you don't always have to be right. You just have to know in your heart and your soul that this is how it is and you're going to move forward from it without having to prove the point and having the last word or being vindictive about it. It's not necessary for you to do that. Oh, okay. And that's why we've got the Three of Swords. If you go that road, if you go that route of the vindictiveness, right? Or, you know, like one up, like let me get one over on them because they lied to me, because it does feel like there could be some lying attached to this or embellishing. If you go that road of like fighting fire with fire, you will end up like this, okay? If you take the high road, if you take the choice, here we go with Judgment and the Lovers, right? If you take the choice, the high road here, to take this opportunity to not fall back into an old pattern of vindictiveness that some of you might do when you're slighted, right? It'll be good at the end of it all. You'll actually have learned something important from it, an important lesson. And just like I did for Libra, I'm going to use my soul journey lesson cards because I do feel like there's a big lesson here for you also, Scorpio. So you got a lot of major arcana cards here, and those are very karmic by nature, which means that, yeah, this is a lesson. There's something in it for you much deeper than the actual situation. Because if you really look within, you'll know that you don't even, I hate to say it this way, but you don't even really care that much. It's more like about being right. And that's okay. But, you know, honoring that and then maybe trying to figure out why. Okay. All right. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Service. I feel good when I can help others. And balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Yeah, so this is about not trying to figure out why this is going down a certain way or why this other person finds the need or found the need to not be truthful. Where in your past you might be like in investigator mode, like I need to know. Here this is just like, you know what can I take from this situation and what can I apply it to in my life so that it's like learning more about people, let's just say. I mean, maybe some of you are actual therapists and this is in a way going to help you to apply knowledge to your patients. I don't know, I'm just going off the cuff with that. But, you know, service, this can have to do with your work. It could somehow make you better within your work or see things from a different angle, from a different lens. And it'll bring you a state of balance by not, you know, doing the, I would say, like, vindictive route or calling them out. It might just be kind of like Libra. It might just be one of those times where you don't say anything. You just kind of let it go. You let it be. All right, Scorpio? So that is your reading for the new moon to the full moon. Okay, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and do your reading for the new moon to the full moon. This is for Sagittarius sun, moon, rising. I'm going to use this deck for you guys. Okay. Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius. All right, Saggies. Fighting for what you want, fighting for what you believe in, fighting for love. This is nice. Yeah, wow. Acknowledging what hasn't worked out for you in the past to get you to this beautiful Ten of Cups energy. Two of Cups, Ten of Cups. This is all about love and emotion and heartfelt emotion and fire and passion and not wanting things to be the way, you're not wanting things to work out for you the way that they did in the past when they didn't work out, and really like moving forward in your life, moving towards someone or something that you love. I feel like a lot of you Sagittarius have like secret admirers. There's people around you that are really interested in you, for the single ones, okay, that are available. There's some people around you that you're not seeing that are interested in you because you've really done a lot of work on yourselves this past little while, and come to a place of spiritual understanding about your relationships. And this feels really positive because this is like, you know, you might have been alone for a little while. Those of you that are watching, listening, you might have been alone for a bit, Sagittarius, and because of that, it's like forced you. You weren't depressed, but you know, you were resting, I would say, like really taking a long, hard look at like why things weren't working out for you the way that you wanted them to, and what you were doing to contribute to that dynamic. And then you got serious about what it is that you want for your stability, for your future, and you're ready to like come out of hiding. You're ready to have that love, that fulfilling situation. And if you're married, involved, or whatever, and it doesn't pertain to you in the love sense, and then in another way, it could be business, but it's like you've really gone within to look at the ways in which things were not working, and now it's like your stability is guaranteed. So, you know, you definitely, it hasn't been easy, right? You've had some sleepless nights about it. You've had to really look at, like, you know, maybe some of you were always so focused on what wasn't working that you weren't really paying attention to what was, and you've kind of flipped that, which is always helpful. And you've gone within. So yeah, this is awesome. This is like, you know, you're getting that fulfilling time period coming up for you. I feel like a lot of Sagittariuses are in the process of either selling their home, buying their home, moving to a different residence. But it's going to usher in fresh new energy. So don't be too nervous about it if it seems like there's some hiccups along the way, because you will end up in a very stable spot. So yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of stability here for Sagittarius that's coming up. This is a really nice feeling. Okay, so for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and confirm with some angel cards what I'm picking up on. For our Sagittarius friends that are listening. Okay. Yeah, this is really cool. Number 7, harmony. Number 11, I am creator. And number 13, truth. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you've gone within. Here's the hermit. Look at this card. 2 meditative people. You've gone within, you've done some work, you've done some soul work. Here's your fire, right? Sagittarius is fire. You've got all that fire, you're creating. You've focused on, you focused your energy on what you wanted to make, what you wanted to create. You got into your heart to look at and to feel ways in which things were not working for you and how you wanted them to work. I mean, look at that. Gotten into your heart center. It's beautiful, beautiful energy. You guys are radiating like a lot of positivity. I think this so far might be one of the best, I should say, messages. You've done a lot of self-work. Keep it up, Saggies. It's great. Okay, Capricorns. Capricorn. What have we got for you? Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising. What do the cards want to say to you? What is going on? So August 30th through September 13th. From the new moon to the full moon. Let's see. Capricorn. Yeah. Okay, Capricorn. So for you, I'm getting like that a lot of you work a lot. Some of you might, listening, probably have your own business that you have to dedicate a lot of time and attention to. And it leaves your partner feeling neglected in some capacity. They may not want to confront you about this, but it's there. They're feeling like you're not paying a lot of attention to them, or things aren't as free-flowing as they once were. They know that you're rooted to the relationship. There's no question about that. They know that you're loyal. They know that you're rooted. But they're feeling like a lack. Like they're feeling like they're not getting their emotional needs met. And this could be either you listening, this could be for you, or this could be your partner that feels this way. So you'll know, obviously, which way it goes by listening. But yeah, this is an actual an issue in the sense that this relationship feels good. So I guess I would say this is like an advice reading. If you are the Capricorn person that is self-employed and working, or just working a lot, and you feel like you've been neglecting your partner, then yeah, this is confirmation that you have, and that they are feeling it, and that they are getting frustrated about it. They're not telling you necessarily. They might be being passive-aggressive in the way that they let you know, but it's there. So this could give you like a leg up to say, like, go talk to them. Communicate. And if not, if this is the opposite way, and you feel this way towards this person, then you need to communicate, right? So, because it is it does feel like a healthy relationship that might have taken a little while to get off the ground. Actually, it seems like there was some anxiety attached to it in the beginning, but once it got situated, it's going really well. This seems to be the only hiccup here, is like this feeling of just not emotionally feeling like you're getting what you need to get. And I know, I don't like to generalize anything for signs, but Capricorn energy, Capricorn people are typically very, very loyal and kind, very smart, but they can be rigid workers, and they can maybe not be as demonstrative emotionally as other signs, again, dependent upon their other placements in their chart, and also too, they show their love in different ways, Capricorn. So it could be like they warm up your car, they bring you coffee, but they might not be the best at saying it. So if this is you that I'm talking about, and you're like, well, yeah, that sounds like me, just try write a little love note or a card, or do something different, because this other person really needs to hear that, as opposed to like your love language is different than theirs, okay? And if it's the opposite way, then you know how to apply it. But yeah, there's a sense of like a good feeling of the relationship, but there is someone that's feeling a lack. So you want to look into that before it becomes a void, okay? And I'm going to use my romance angel cards to confirm this for you, Capricorns. All right. And the other person might have said it to you in the past, but then they never brought it up again, because it hasn't changed, let's just say. But doesn't mean they don't still feel it. They're just not telling you. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so look at that. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And then give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Yeah, Capricorn too, Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, and I love Capricorn energy. I really, really do. They're ruled by Saturn. So most Capricorns from a very young age tend to display like a seriousness to their personality, which can be really awesome, right, in a relationship, because you want somebody that's responsible and, you know, structured. But at the same time, sometimes there's no playfulness there. And so this is just a message for you to recapture that and get into your playfulness. Do something fun together. This is a really, you know, good situation that you're in. You don't want it to fall to shit, excuse my language, because of your neglect, because you're not neglect, but you're working so hard on other things that you're not seeing that this person's really not feeling the love from you the way that they need to. And work on your partnership. Okay. Big theme with these readings is relationships and communication. So, all right, Aquarius. Aquarius. What about our Aquarius folks? Aquarius sun, moon, rising. What do we want to say? What do we need to tell you? Aquarius sun, moon, rising. Sun, moon, rising. Aquarius. Our Aquarian friends. What is going on for you guys? For this new moon to the full moon. Let's just see what we got. Do these. All right, Aquarius. Don't freak, right? The death card, don't worry. It doesn't mean literal death. It hardly ever does in readings. I mean, it certainly can, but it doesn't. I feel like a lot of you have gone through some pretty big endings in the recent past and some transitions. Life changes, like you might have moved to another state. You could be going through divorce, ending of a significant relationship, the loss of a parent or a loved one. Like there's big change that is, I feel like it's already happened. And, you know, the opportunity came from that for you to take a rest and to recuperate, really, and put some structure back into your life because you needed to take care of yourself because emotionally you just were not, you know, I feel like it kind of was unexpected for you too, this change. It was maybe not precipitated by you, but nonetheless, as it happened, it was a transition for you. And here you are at new beginnings. And so, but again, like these new beginnings were not without, or are not without, a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights about your structure and your stability, because you have 2 4s here, which are all about structure and stability and foundation and working towards it. Actually, you've got another 4 here, working towards it. I'm feeling a heaviness with Aquarian energy right now, I got to be honest. I mean, let me jump ahead and give you the positive, because the end game here is that victory for you. So, you know, this time period has just about passed for you. I feel like you've definitely had some upsets. Yeah. I'm going to go, I do really feel like this is like, yeah, the death of something, but then also the beginning of other things for you. So I feel like the death of something or someone has already occurred. It's not coming up. It's already occurred, and the new beginnings are what are coming up. But yeah, it has caused some anxiety for you guys, definitely. And it's requiring you to balance, really put things back into balance, especially when it comes to your health, because you have to take care of yourself, because this has forced you to pull back and take a rest and really look into your emotions. You know, Aquarius is an air sign, right, guys? You're air, so you don't necessarily like to really go deep into your emotions because it can make you feel weak. You're a strong sign, so it's like, you know, you tend to use your logic to get yourself through, and when it comes to something that rocks you or comes unexpected, you can't do that. So I think that that's what's been going on here for you, and you're starting to really go into that space of feeling, and it's good. It's acknowledging your sensitivity, and that's what's going to take you out to the other side of things in a much more positive light, where your victory will be. And I'm going to use my spirit animal cards for you, Aquarius, because most Aquarius are animal lovers, because this is the 11th house in astrology, and they rule animals and all that stuff. So let's use these cards and see what we've got for you. Brighter times ahead, right? Brighter times ahead. Okay. Peacock spirit, let it shine. Let's read you that, number 46. When is the last time you shook a tail feather and shined your light for all to see? Within each of us is a peacock spirit yearning for expression, and you are called now to show the world the gorgeous creature you are, for you are a manifestation of spirit. Come out from the shadows, Peacock Spirit says, and show your true colors so that others may be inspired to express their own exquisiteness. Dance as if you remember that you were made of stardust and grace, filled with life force energy and sparkling light. You are a channel for divine love, and your dance is one of a kind. Catch the light and help it to shimmer, and dance in celebration of your good fortune of being right here, right now. Spirit wants you to be joyful so that others may get up and dance along with you. Yeah, so you've definitely been in a down slump, Aquarius, and it's time to pick yourself back up, and you're doing so. You're feeling it. Get creative. Do things that make you feel good. Spend time with people that make you feel good. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I know it's not the easiest for the sign to be vulnerable, but it's like required of you at this point to get you through, and has been required of you, and you're doing a good job of it. So yeah, I do feel like things are looking up for you. Stay the course, and just know that a little bit of anxiety at this time is not uncommon for you as you sort through the emotions of the past couple of months for you, where things might not have been so smooth. Okay. Last but not least, we have our Pisces people. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Which deck do I want to use for you? I'm going to go with this Hermetic Tarot. All right, Pisces. Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. What do we want to say? What have we got for you? Pisces. All right, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 major arcana, meaning big stuff for the Pisces peeps. Transformation, positivity, strength, taking control, not being the victim anymore. Let's just say, like, breaking free from situations that were not working for you. Either you've done that in the recent past or you will be doing that. It's like cutting the cord, I want to say. Like something that you haven't had the strength to previously get yourself out of, or get yourself away from, or walk away from. You've been talking about it for a really long time. You've been feeling it for a really long time, and you've felt like a loss of control with it, when in reality, you've been in control the whole time. You just needed to get out of your own way and see that. So it's like a lot has come to light for you. The sun sits right in the middle of the spread here, which is illumination, like total illumination, Pisces. Pisces is a very psychic sign, very sensitive, so you probably have been getting a lot of impressions in your dream state of how to move forward, and there's a strength here that you've acquired, which you've had in you all along, but you weren't really very balanced about your situation. You weren't seeing it clearly, and here's your opportunity. You've been given, I feel, by the universe, an opportunity to get yourself unstuck from whatever it is that was binding you, whatever situation or person, and to take you to the Ten of Pentacles, which is your true stability and your true happiness. I also feel like for some of you, this comes up as being financial imprisonment. That may sound weird, but like maybe you felt financially bound to someone else, or they felt financially bound to you, or do, I should say, and that could be like an issue that was keeping or is keeping this situation like together, even though it shouldn't be. And you're going to unstick yourself from it because, you're aware of what you need to do, because you've got the opportunity here. You've gotten the message. It's just a matter of action, and there are some action cards here, so it's either you've just done it or you'll be doing it soon, but the clarity's here and the strength is here, which you were previously lacking, but you have gone through a transformation. I feel like a lot of you have even gone through a dark night of the soul, which is when you like plummet to the depths of despair within a situation, and you've really been forced to look at it from all angles. You know, Pisces is so sensitive and impressionable and empathic that you often pick up on others' emotional states. So it could be that that was happening to you as well, like you were so absorbed and involved with another person or situation that you couldn't really separate your feelings and theirs, but you've had the space and the clarity to do so. You've had the opportunity for that. So this is great. This is like strength coming out of you that you didn't even know you had. Your confidence is going to skyrocket. This is beautiful, Pisces. This feels really good. I'm going to use my soul journey lesson cards here to see what your overall lesson in this situation, breaking free. I literally like can see like breaking through the chains. It's crazy. Like it's something that has had you feeling very stuck. It may not even been that you were, but it might have just been your perception of the situation. And again, financially bound is a big thing here with you guys. So getting yourself unstuck, and you know, it is Virgo time, like I keep saying, so that's like getting serious. And so if it had to do with finances, now it's like, more serious for you to take control. Oh, and by the way, Pisces is the opposite sign of Virgo. So Pisces, when we do have this full moon, this is why it's feeling so impactful, Pisces. This full moon will be in your sign, opposite Virgo. So yeah, wow. So this is a crucial time period for you guys. This reading makes, it's very, very, I think this one is heavy, but good heavy, All right, what's the soul lesson here for you, Pisces? Oh, geez. I'm always like, it always makes me laugh how the cards are so literal. All right, growth. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. Oops. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And then surrender. I can release my need to control. So, like I said, Pisces is a soulful sign. They're usually very in touch with the inner workings, let's just say, spirituality and intuition. Through this situation that you have been going through and will be going through or have gone through, there's been a lot of growth on the internal level, and also your health was suffering, Pisces, and you know it. Your vitality was gone. You might have been putting on a happy face, but you were not feeling happy, and your body, repressed emotions do come out of the body, right? So you probably were having a lot of stomach trouble, headaches, skin issues, anxiety, whatever, but your health's going to start to pick back up once you release this burden, once you put it down, once you release yourself from the situation that's keeping you stuck, or the person or the relationship or whatever it is, and you surrender your need to control the outcome and know that you just have to do your part and own your strength, and everything will be fine. You've got the opportunity, you've got the green light, so move on forward, Pisces. This was a really good reading for you, I feel. All right, so I have just gone through all 12 signs. I hope that these readings have resonated with those of you that watch them and listen to them. You can leave your comments below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're more interested in having a reading with me for yourself, just go right to my website. The link is right here, lisasalvatore.com. Feel free to email me with any questions, and I will talk to you all real soon, and take good care of yourselves. The energies have been really intense lately, so make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Okay? Take care. Bye.